1580 KGAL.
The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of News Talk 1580 KGAL. Lebanon Warriors basketball is on the air. Today's game is brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center, Mama's Fine Italian, City and Suburban Electric, Lassen RV, Doug Phillips of Edward Jones, Power Honda, Ixtapa Mexican Restaurant, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Walmart, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, Leschwab Tires of Lebanon, Beans Kitchen, Like New Appliance, Lynn Benton Tractor, and by Wilson Motors. Now, get ready for Warriors basketball with all the action. Here are Radio Ray and Scott Landgren live on 1580 KGAL.
That's Vincent, the Swedish rapper.
Aha!
Performing here tonight as part of the warm-ups at Willamette High School.
Yes.
And a good Friday evening to you. I'm Radio Ray. That's Scott Landry right across from me. I want to apologize before we start tonight's game. If I should start to scream at some point, it is because I am prone to being claustrophobic.
Oh, I did not know this.
The chair that I am seated in is looking at Scott. There's a chair in between us that holds the little unit through which we do our cell phone broadcast. We use the cell phone. We're at this distance from the KGAL radio. And Scott's chair is on the other side. My chair is on one side. We could not walk to meet each other because the chair that is in the middle containing the broadcast equipment actually blocks the aisle that we have.
Yeah.
Because on one side is glass that protects this upper terraced area that we're standing in, and right behind, right next to me, are the bleachers. You know, those fold-out bleachers. Usually in these games, they don't need the full thing, so they don't fold out the bleachers in the top in the terrace. And there's just a little walkway in between. We cannot move between the walkway with the chair between us here. No. And as we're seated sideways to each other, sideways to the court, you can't, if we did this for the game, you'd have to do the action at that end, yeah, and I would do the other end, and neither of us could see the clock. But I feel a little bit closed in because we are seated in those chairs right now, yeah, and I'm just feeling a little claustrophobic. So if there is a scream tonight, I apologize for that. Hopefully there will be some yelling for joy this evening. The Warriors are on a rare swing. They have won 3 straight games. We apologize for not being able to do the Wednesday night game, but it's not our fault. It's those Sweet Home people.
That's right.
That's because the game was scheduled for Tuesday, and we were all set to do that. But school was canceled on that day due to the heavy snowfall on Monday night, Tuesday morning. And Sweet Home schools were canceled. They were closed. Therefore, they cannot have an athletic event in the evening if they don't have school in the daytime.
Yeah.
So even though things were obviously clear by the evening, it was already canceled, scheduled for Wednesday night. Now, unfortunately, on Wednesday, we already had the plans to do the duck game against Texas Texas El Paso. And that messed with the plans, even though the duck game would have probably ended somewhere about 7:30 or 8. You know, maybe we could have.
Well, that was the triple overtime game, right?
We might have swung. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It probably ended after 8 in that case.
Probably. I'm not sure. I didn't watch or listen.
That prevented our broadcast on Wednesday night, and that's why we were not able to bring you the Warrior victory, 77-73 over Sweet Home. The 2 games prior, which we had broadcast, Park Rose and the Hood River Valley Eagles, those were wins, and we are particularly sorry. I don't know if you, the audience, are sorry that you missed the broadcast, but we're sorry that we missed another chance to do an exciting game at home and a win.
Yeah.
Now, as a result of that victory, they're on a 3-game winning streak.
Correct.
And did you check that one out?
I did, and that's the first 3-game winning streak since December of 2006.
So the 2-game winning streak that we talked about that we wanted to achieve, which we did on our Park Rose broadcast, that went back to 2007, January 2007.
Yeah.
Almost 6 years.
Yeah.
The 2006 one would be about 7 years soon.
And I looked, and this is the first time since 2005 that the Warriors have had a winning record in a season, any part. That year they were 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, and also 4-2.
So if they have a 4-game winning streak, that's a record that we don't know when.
Where I get my information is OregonPrepSports.net.
Yes.
And they only go back to 2004. And there was no 4-game winning streak since 2004 for the Warriors. So it would be historic tonight.
They don't go back to the 1920s.
No.
It has been a while. We should not joke about that because it has been a pain, and it is a great pleasure to see them little by little come out of that basketball funk that haunted them for so many years. But if they could win tonight against Willamette, a 4-game streak, they would go back a long way since that has happened to the Warriors. And even if you say, well, Park Rose is not a contender, and Hood River Valley's not a contender, and Sweet Home is having a down year, those are games that they would not have won for a long time.
Exactly. They would either lose it in a close game or get blown out in the last few years. The fact that they're winning the game, and they're winning pretty handily a couple of them, too. That says a lot.
So we are pleased to be at a place where we do feel that there is hope of a victory tonight. The junior varsity team did not do well, and that's a little bit of a downer because often it follows suit from the freshman game to the junior varsity to the varsity. But the junior varsity lost by a final score of, got that one. I have papers in cubbies in between the little spaces here at the bleachers that are folded up. That final score is on the sheet that's over here on the far end. Of course. 77-55. It was a 22-point deficit. But the Warriors showed some good talent from halftime through the third quarter. They outscored them 14-2 in the third quarter. And Chad Visser and Skylar Garber and also Kevin Denny, right, really showed some skill playing for the junior varsity. All three of them see some action with the varsity for good reason as they get to hone those skills in the JV games. And looking at that, looking at those three playing in the JV, looking at what the varsity has done, it is an upswing for the Warriors this year.
Yeah.
We'll take our first break. We'll come back and tell you why we think and we hope that tonight's game might be another barn burner with Willamette. We'll come back. By the way, I'm Brady Ray. That's Scott Landgren over there. And this is Willamette High School, for which we're broadcasting Warrior basketball tonight on KGAL.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Lynn Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Pick up a Burgerville card now and earn rewards cash for every dollar spent. See store for details. Stop by Burgerville after the game. Order a famous Tillamook cheeseburger. Open 7 a.m. to midnight Fridays.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other, we promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
1580 KGAL.
Back at Willamette High School, another one of the schools that we used to be years ago when the Warriors were misplaced in that Midwestern League for 4 years. But it's another one that I don't remember. I don't remember being in this gym before. I know I've done the games in the 4 years that we're here. We must have been here each year, probably, but I don't remember it. I don't either. And where was the other school we were in? Let's see, we played in the balcony area. Oh, Springfield. Oh, it's over Springfield, of course. Yeah. The one that was seemed to be on 7th Street, but was actually 3 blocks away on 10th Street. We're still trying to figure out how the school extended from 7th to 10th Street.
We're just trying to block that game from my memory, and so are the Warriors, because that was not a good game.
I seem to have blocked them all because I don't remember being in that gym either. But we are back here at Willamette tonight, and Willamette High School has struggled a little bit this year in their basketball season so far. They were defeated by Churchill there is no harm in that, because Churchill is the number 2 ranked team in the state right now in the early rankings, but they have shown that they deserve to be, because they have been putting people away by big margins.
Yeah.
Every team that they have met from the Mid-Willamette Conference, and I think there were 4, they beat them all. West Albany put up a good fight against them, but lost by about 7 or something in that order. West Albany, though, as a result of staying close to Churchill, was the number 5 ranked team in the early season rankings, which mean nothing.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But Churchill has played extremely well, and they beat Willamette by a score of 86-51. So that was a blowout. Now, that's good.
That is good.
It is good that they were blown out by Churchill. Had they played Churchill close, we would be really frightened tonight.
Right.
They played South Albany, and they beat South 75-70. Lebanon last year split with South, but it was a team that the Warriors felt they contend with last year, and we have, whether you can match that again this year, we don't know their personnel. But we think that maybe that's a good sign that was just a 5-point margin.
Right. South Albany is only 2-5 on the year, so they've had their struggles. So the fact that was a close game, that bodes well.
And Woodburn, another team we hope the Warriors can contend with. They have been better in basketball recently than the Warriors.
Yeah.
But Woodburn beat Willamette by 5 points, 61-56. Comparative score that's always a little dangerous and also foolish,
right,
to try to judge how a game may wind up based on comparative scores of teams that both opponents have played. But we will do so anyway, and I would hope from that means tonight may be a closely contested game.
I think so. And if you look at the points per game, the Warriors are scoring 57.8 points per game. Willamette 59.2, giving up the Warriors 63.2, and Willamette 65.4. So those numbers are very equal. I think we're going to be in for a close game down to the wire. Maybe one of those whoever has the ball last wins type of team.
You know, I don't remember. Did I say they lost this to Woodburn? Did I say Woodburn won?
You did.
I said Woodburn won.
You did.
But they beat Woodburn.
Right.
They beat Woodburn by 5 points, and they beat South Albany by 5. So they did beat those two teams, and we wish that were not the case, but it was close.
Right, and like I said, South Albany is 2-5 on the year, and Woodburn is 1-5 on the year. So they're not exactly putting away these teams like the Warriors have been putting away the opposition that don't have great records. They've been putting them away the past couple games. So you never know. It's scary, like you said, to compare the numbers, but I think it's going to be a good game.
South Eugene, they also defeated South from their own Midwestern League, 53-50. So they have lost twice to Summit, 65-56 was the score in that blowout. The number 2 ranked Churchill Lancers, 86-51. We hope from that the indications are for a good contest tonight here at Willamette High School. We will soon find out. The Warriors certainly have to be coming in not with just momentum, but truly great emotional momentum.
Yeah.
Knowing that all of them are familiar with records of the past, all of them have been on teams with the Warriors that were badly defeated, and just that what a victory will do, not only a great uplift for the announcers, but the team itself.
That's right.
So we hope that sort of carries over now, a feeling that, yes, we can win, changes everything when you come to a place like Willamette that's a little better team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No,
I'll take a nap. I'm eating here.
No, it's just, these are the type of games in the past where the Warriors would come in, they would think they'd have a chance, and then maybe some things would start to go wrong, and then they just crumble. I don't see that with this year's team. This year's team feels a little bit different. Like, when things start going bad, they just kind of, Kevin will take a timeout, they'll just calm down, and then they'll regroup. And I think that's the difference, and I think you're going to see that tonight.
And I'm glad you elaborated on that, because that's what I mean by the emotional momentum.
Right.
Is that it will change your concept, your feelings during the game.
Winning, everyone loves winning, right?
That you can win, and if things start to go bad, instead of that sudden downhill fall that they could never recover from,
right,
it's a different feeling now. Well, we'll see how that plays out tonight here at Willamette High School. We're just about ready, I think, for the introduction of players, the national anthem. We'll take a timeout. And we're close to game time this evening. The Willamette Wolverines from Eugene and the Lebanon Warriors, of course, at 1580 KGAL.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon. Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed pizzas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
KGAL.
There's begun our national anthem this evening at Willamette High School. That down quickly. Our beloved outdoor microphone is functioning here tonight. This sure is. What's rather interesting is the flag folds up. Yes, folds up. There is a long bar that is connected to one of the beams in the ceiling of what's a rather spacious gymnasium here. And it is sponsored by the Oregon Community Credit Union and Highmark that paid for this. There is a flag that comes down from that bar. Yeah, comes down towards the floor, a large flag, and then folds back up when they are done. The Warriors starting lineup being introduced tonight. As we're just about ready to begin here, I've got to make sure that I know each little slab here that I've got papers on behind us. Like a folder over the tab. Each place has its own problem. Isaac Johnson will start tonight for the Warriors. Jacob McConnell. Also introduced Tim Maddox, TJ Hargis, and Kendall Leppert. I wondered when Isaac was going to get his first start. Let's see the started for Willamette. Boy, there are not that many people here, but it is loud. It is loud. Everything really echoes because we're up higher. Cam Ferguson is one of their starters tonight. Cam Ferguson is a 5'8" junior guard. Number 15 is Will Coleman, also a junior, 5'11" guard. Scott Kuvas, and we'll tell you more about him. Rather interesting connection to the young man standing to my right. I'm not sitting anymore. Scott Landgren. Scott Kuvas, the senior guard, 5'11". Also, Chingy Wyatt, a 6'3" forward. And number 33, Tyler Johnson, a 6'1" forward. At 6'1", he looks as tall as a 6'3" Chingy Wyatt. He does. And he's also a wider body, so he will certainly be the enforcer tonight. Just about ready to begin here. Tip-off this evening at Willamette High School. Willamette in home white tonight. The Warriors in blue with the white numbers and the red stripes along the shirts and the shorts. And at the center circle tonight with the big W. The red on yellow W in the middle of the red circle. It will be Tim Maddox for the Warriors and Chingy Wyatt for Willamette as we're ready to begin. The official sees that everyone is set, and they are. The ball is up, and the tip is going to go actually controlled by Wyatt, but it is tipped into the hands of Jacob McConnell. TJ Hargis will be the point man for the Warriors tonight. He is with the ball just below us, right side of the floor. McConnell outside Tim Maddox. Swings it to Isaac Johnson, far side. Isaac starts to drive, wants to put up a shot. A little floater, won't go. Rebound go to Maddox. Maddox dishes it back outside, try to throw it to Hargis. It will go into backcourt, and I would have thought as soon as it was touched by McConnell, yet finally.
That was a delayed call, wasn't it?
I'm not sure if the official in the backcourt saw another official pointing because it took him a little while. He allowed McConnell to take a couple of steps toward the front court again, but it was obviously over and back. When Isaac tipped the ball from under the basket, it was not touched by anyone. In backcourt, the Warriors touched it first. That's over and back. First turnover of the night, and right at midcourt in front of the Willamette scorer's table, Willamette will inbound. Here's Cheney Wyatt, starts to drive against Maddox, and he tries to put up a shot or a pass. It's not clear which, but it is clear that he was fouled by Tim Maddox. And we have the initial foul of the evening, the initial whistle. Just underway tonight. They're going
to say it was a pass because he's not going to the line.
They inbound the ball to Cheney Wyatt, who puts it up and in. Make that Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson with the first basket. Boy, I thought he was fouled by Maddox. There was no foul. Apparently, it was just touched by the Warriors and out of bounds. Willamette kept the ball. Got it inbounds to Johnson, who scored. 2-0 Wolverines. Warriors with the ball. McConnell on the right side of the floor. Closely guarded by Cam Ferguson. Bounce pass to CJ. CJ calls out a play again. Dishes to Isaac. Down low. Isaac drives to the basket. Puts the layup over the top of the basket to the other side. Rebounded by Cheney Wyatt. Quickly up floor. Here comes Willamette. Scott Kuvas. Cam Ferguson swings it to the left side for Wyatt. Cheney thought about a shot. Take this man into the air. Maddox now drives into the paint, puts up a shot, and he is fouled. I'll be darned if that one's going to be simply out of bounds.
Well, I wouldn't think so. If that's on Maddox, which it should be, would that be a second foul already? That is.
Or they did call a foul on the other one.
Yeah, but I think they called it just a...
Oh, not shooting foul.
Yeah.
So he was not shooting, he was passing. So Maddox has committed a second foul. That first play, as I thought, was a foul. But I also thought if there was a foul, that the young man would have been shooting. Tyler Johnson, both shots are good by Cheney Wyatt. 4-0 Willamette. Right side of the floor, McConnell. He'll start a drive to the basket. He tries to dish to Maddox. It's knocked away by Wyatt, but it goes out of bounds. Interesting at both ends of the gym, as Scott pointed out, the canvas that they have behind the basket because the wall is never far from the floor.
Right.
There is one right in the center, which would be right behind the basket. It's Willamette Wolverines, the big W. Really interesting, intricately designed bit of canvas.
Looks like a lot of padding there, too.
It really is. But it's beautifully done.
Yeah.
Never seen one like that in the gym. Here's Johnson with the ball. Dishes it back to CJ. CJ starts to drive into the paint. Between the circles. Now tries to dish it back outside. Does to Jacob. Back into the hands of CJ. And he will come back out near middle court. With the right hand, dribbling, gets a little bit of a screen from Kendall Leppard. Bounce pass to Leppard. Leppard thinks about a shot, thinks about it, can't get it. Back to McConnell. Warriors, patient, not putting up 4 shots, and they're close to guarded. Wolverines doing a good job of getting on anyone who starts to approach the basket. Isaac Johnson, bounce to Hargis, center court. Now McConnell starts to drive inside the circle, outside the Leopard. He will take the shot from the free throw line. It won't fall. And the rebound comes to Cam Ferguson, quickly up court. With the left hand, left hand, dishes it to Tyler Johnson. Down low, starting a drive in the corner and putting up a shot. Bowman. The shot is no good. Rebound on the floor comes to Kendall Leppard. Quickly up court to McConnell. McConnell does not have the numbers. Tries to dish it behind to Johnson. Instead, it is grabbed by Woolman. Did I say Woolman? Wills Woolman. And bringing it slowly into front court is Cam Ferguson. Down to Coleman. Coleman on the left side, guarded by C.J. Hargis. 4-0 Willamette, and they have the ball. Coleman across court, and it's taken by Cheney Wyatt, who sort of intercepted that ball. Cam Ferguson guarded, double teamed in the corner, escapes. Bounce pass to Wyatt. Wyatt down low to Johnson. Johnson was open. A nice pass by Wyatt to Johnson below the basket. And as I said, he is a wide body.
Yeah, he is.
And he went up against Kendall Leppard. They're both sizable, and he actually, I think, moved Kendall. You can't see that happen too often.
No, the big thing that Kendall did there was he left his feet, and you can't do that. You're going to get called for a foul every time.
So Kendall picks up the foul, as Johnson did a good job of getting underneath him and drawing that foul. He puts up the first shot, and it is still good. Score remains 4-0. Try to reach over here and get my bag. so we can get our sponsor dropped in out of the bag. Second shot, no good off the iron, almost comes back to Johnson, but instead it's grabbed by the Warriors. C.J. Hargis will bring it into front court, guarded by Cam Ferguson. Slips on the floor, tied up. It'll be an arrow, and that will belong. And they got a timeout. Did they get a timeout? Yep, that's what they say. So the Warriors will retain possession. We'll take a timeout. It's 4-0, 4:50 remaining in the first quarter. Willamette up by 4. We'll take this break on KGAL.
Edward Jones specializes in helping individual investors achieve their personal investment goals. Hello, this is Doug Phillips, your Lebanon Edward Jones financial advisor. Please call me to set up an appointment so I can assist you in selecting investments and services that help meet your goals. Call me at 541-451-4000. Member SIPC.
Need tires? Hi, this is Don from Conegat Tire Factory. From lawnmowers to tractors, cars, and trucks, we have what you need. And Conegat Tire's ASE certified mechanics can help you with your brakes, shocks, struts, alignment, oil changes, and stuff you won't believe. Even propane for your barbecue and RV. Conegat Tire Factory, still at the Y in Lebanon.
1580 KGAL.
4-0 Willamette as we come back to play the Warriors. Got the timeout in time to retain possession. C.J. Hargis will inbound to Isaac Johnson in the back court. Isaac with the ball. Tries a long pass underneath an alley-oop pass. And let's see, stepping out of bounds for the Warriors is who's that wearing number 5? Ian Smith. Oh, wrong side, right? Ian Smith. It's been a long time. We should have done that game on Tuesday night. Yeah, we should have. Ian stepped out of bounds. Willamette has the ball up by 4. Neither team really setting the world on basketball fire here so far in the first quarter. No, almost halfway through the first quarter. Double teaming. Pressure. I like it. Cheney Wyatt for 3, and he hits the 3. Hard to discern. There is no real line around the circle. It is only paint. And I thought maybe he had his foot in the paint when he shot. Yeah. But the official rules were 3-7-0. And a foul at the other end. This one is going to go against Willamette, their first foul of the game. And that's the foul will be on Darius Jackson in the ball game for them. Here's C.J. Inbounds to Isaac Johnson. Isaac just inside front court. Guarded closely by Jake Brand. Warriors really need some points here. Tries to get a little screen. Instead, this is to C.J. C.J. Kendall Leopard. Just inside the circles, looking hands off on circle, coming around. As St. McConnell puts up a wild shot. Won't go. And tipped by Bryce York into the hands of Jake Brand. They get it quickly down court. Cheney Wyatt starts to drive along the baseline. Gets it to Bryce York. Puts up a shot up in there. A nice pass by Cheney Wyatt. Here's Johnson at the other end. Johnson starts to drive, and he is going to be fouled by Darius Jackson, and that will be the second Willamette foul. But 9-0 Willamette. Well, we spoke highly of their ability not to think that this means that the world is going to end, but they have the capability of winning. We'll see whether that really lasts here. Right, well, the Warriors are going to have to put a run together here. First they need to get on the board here. That goose egg needs to go away right now. They have not gotten any good shots away. It's knocked away by Willamette on the inbound. No. And Cam Ferguson knocks the ball loose. And it's going to be a foul on C.J. Hargis on that inbound pass, trying to grab her. He fouled. And that will be the 4th Warrior foul already. That's not looking good either. Just 2 on Willamette, 4 on the Warriors. 3:30 remaining first quarter. 9-0 Willamette, and they get the ball after that foul by C.J. into front court. Jake Brand for Tyler Johnson. On the outside, Brands for 3. It's too far. It's off the back iron. No good. It's on the floor. There is a battle. It's loose. And I thought maybe we were going to get a foul called in there on the Warriors. I thought maybe Tyler Romeo reached in and fouled. They didn't call the foul, but the Warriors get the ball. Comes out of the other end, and Kendall Leopard scores. Finally, there we go. At the 3-minute mark. The first quarter. I think Tyler reached in against that Willamette player trying to get that ball at the other end. Yeah. No foul was called. The Warriors got a fast break and scored. But at the other end, Willamette comes back, and Tyler Johnson has an easy layup. There have been some easy points inside. That's why the Warriors are down by 9. Here's Maddox trying a jump shot about 5 feet from the basket. It won't go, and Tyler Johnson clears for the Wolverine. A dish to Ferguson. Cam Ferguson into the hands of Coleman. Will Coleman shoots. No good. Rebound. Kendall Leopard. And this is one of those we're off to the races game. Yep. Kendall Leopard. And now C.J. Hargis slows it down a little bit, holds on to it momentarily. Dishes to McConnell, far side near the Willamette bench. McConnell starts to drive, puts up a left-hander, won't go. McManus fighting for the ball. A couple of players fighting. It's on the floor. 3 Willamette players versus Tim Maddox. And the possession arrow will belong, unfortunately, to Willamette. So up by 9 with 2:11 remaining in the first quarter. Willamette with the ball, leading 11-2. Tyler Johnson will inbound at backcourt to Jake Brands. Once again, really no pressure in the backcourt by either team. We haven't seen much of that this year.
No. Anytime the Warriors pressure, it's always in a half-court trap.
Here's the bounce pass underneath by Willamette. They dish it back outside to Jake Kubas. A shot by Brands for 3, and this time he hits a wild one near the sideline, near the Warrior bench. He hits for 3, 14-2. And the lead goes to 12. Just in case you're mathematically challenged. CJ down low. Outside, the shot for 3 by the Warriors. By Tyler Romeo is no good. Rebound comes to Willamette. Look out, here's Scott Kubas on the break. Puts up a shot, puts it, and he's fouled. Nice shot by Scott Kubas. 16-2. That shot was contested, but he managed to bank it home, and he is fouled. He has some talent. I wonder why.
I don't know.
Scott Landgren has a connection to Scott Kubas.
Right.
And being named after you, Scott.
He is. His dad is my mom's cousin.
And they like the name Scott.
They like the name Scott, so they decided to use it.
So you're about 40 years older than him, is he?
Yeah.
Than he.
Than he.
Free throw is good. Lead is 15, and the Warriors in big trouble. Ian Smith, turnaround jumper, won't go. This throw into the hands of Romeo. Actually, Scott Kubas, I think, wanted to dish it to his teammate, but it went into the hands of Tyler Romeo, put it up and in. Warriors with only their second basket of the first quarter, 17-4 Willamette. Cheney Wyatt with the ball. Puts up a jumper for 2 and won't go, and the rebound is going to come to Ian Smith. Smith to Hargis. Good outlet to Romeo. He may take it in. Jump shot for 2 points, no good. Rebound tipped by Smith into the hands of Brands, but it comes off his hands to Tim Maddox, and Maddox squeezes it out of bounds. And Willamette will inbound with 51 seconds remaining. And they'll call a 30-second timeout here. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. It could be a chance to go through the bag again, try and find our other spot. 30-second timeout, 17-4 Willamette first quarter.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Good, tasty food. That's why Bing's Kitchen has been a lunch and dinner favorite for over 40 years. Choose Chinese or American meals that can satisfy the entire family or a gathering of up to 40 people on the South Santiam Highway in Lebanon. Choose Bing's Kitchen, where the food simply tastes best.
KGAL.
Back at Willamette High School, things have turned poorly in the first quarter for the Warriors tonight. Down 17-4. The Warriors have really not been able to get big shots underneath. They've all been closely contested. Willamette has had the better open shots, and when they've had the outside shots, they've hit a couple of threes that have really hurt. They have a 13-point lead and the ball as the first quarter runs down, 40 seconds to go. Jake Branch with the ball. Willamette can, if they wish, play for one shot. Right now, that almost appears to be the strategy unless they get something open underneath, because they're taking their sweet time here outside. There's Jake Branch back near center court, really. Scott Kubas, he's not going to drive inside now. He pushes it down the left side. Now they do go underneath, but they swing it back. Right side, Wyatt will take the shot. He hits for 2. Shady Wyatt is having a good night. Right side of the course. The left side has been his favorite side tonight, but he hits from the right side baseline, just inside the three-point arc. And here's Tyler Romeo charging. It's called as he charges Shady Wyatt. Tripped over the feet of Wyatt, who never moved, and it was a charge. 19-4, but just 3 seconds to go. Willamette would have to throw it inbounds and shoot it up here. It probably will just be the 15-point lead. Johnson steals it away, knocks it out of bounds. Only 1.3 seconds. Had he been able to control that, he might have had the time to get a basket for the Warriors.
I think so.
3 seconds to go. But now just a second and a half, they inbound it. They get it up court to France. When he touches it, he'll stop the clock, and he shifts it off the backboard, almost in. A long pass, and because he was able to take it about halfway from midcourt to the basket, but near the sideline, Warriors sideline, he put up a shot that came awfully close to banking in. It did not. But it's a 15-point lead nonetheless for Willamette after one. You said it would be close tonight, didn't you?
I did.
I remember when I said it's going to be close tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
we're still 3 quarters to go.
We'll see. The Warriors have the capability of a comeback. We'll hope for it. 19-4 Willamette will take this break after the first quarter on KGAL.
You'll always get your money's worth where the food is fresh and original at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Roberto and his staff will provide a fun and affordable dining experience. So visit Ixtapa on the corner of Highway 20 and Wheeler Street, where parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet.
Walmart is your local discount savings store. If you shop regularly at Walmart, you'll save hundreds, even thousands of dollars annually, because Walmart takes pride in being your local discount savings store. In addition, Walmart takes pride in being a part of the Lebanon community.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
1580 KGAL.
Well, before we started action in this quarter, Scott Landgren hit True Analyst Forum, as he said. What was the word? What were the words?
I don't know. What was it, ugly? Is that what that was?
An ugly quarter. That's exactly the word. And it was 19-4, Willamette with the lead. Warriors had the ball to start, but a turnover gives it back to Willamette for three. Cheney Wyatt, who had a great first quarter, missed the shot, got his own rebound, puts up a bank shot, won't go, but he's fouled. He has been the player of the night so far.
Yeah, he's got 7 points so far.
He's also hit a three-pointer, came close on that one. But then he charged the basket and took the ball away from one of the Warriors, got up another shot, almost hit that one, but was fouled, and he is at the line after the two shots missed, and he does this from the free throw line. Maybe he likes the outside better. Maybe. That's true for some players.
Yeah.
They would prefer to be in motion. Yeah. Get that dribble stop and shoot, that rhythm.
And you get too close to the hoop, can't do it.
And he misses both of the free throws. You get a better rhythm by moving.
Yeah.
Coming to a jump stop and shooting. So the Warriors are lucky to still be down by only 15 with the ball. Second time this quarter. Second quarter tonight from Willamette High School. I'm Brady Ray. That's Scott Landgren. High atop the upper terrace here at Willamette Gymnasium. Tim Maddox dishes at the Leopard, almost loses it, manages to get control. Leopard hands it back to C.J. Hargis, right in the center of the floor. Maddox, left side, inside the paint, tries to give and go to Maddox, or rather Hargis. It's knocked away. The other way, here comes Will Holman. A nice bounce pass to Coleman, and that ball hung on just the cup of the rim forever, but dropped. That's the way it's going for Willamette tonight, 21-4. And reaching in, that Scott Kuvas fellow reaches in, and he fouls C.J. Hargis. That will be the third foul. Warriors, by the way, up to 6 fouls, so at some point, Willamette, with a 17-point advantage, will be going to the free throw line first.
That's not something that you need right now. The Warriors just gotta find a way to get some better-looking shots. What?
I was just smiling at one of the youngsters here who's watching us through our broadcast.
Oh, well, there really should be a video portion, I think. I don't know.
Driving to the basket, Isaac Johnson puts up a floater that won't go. Maddox gets the rebound, and he is fouled. Did not hit the shot, but he will go to the free throw line. And the Warriors tonight will take their first free throws of the evening, and we'll see what Tim Maddox can do. A long way back already this evening, and early in the second quarter, down by 17 points. And Maddox does not hit. A second shot coming. Steady. Shoots, it does not hit. And the rebound will come to Cam Ferguson. Ferguson brings the ball up court. Bryce York, they'll try to get it back to Bryce in the paint. Instead, it was knocked away, but Bryce gets it back, gets it somehow Outside to Kubis, bounces off Kubis, back to Bryce York. Boy, the Forts still have it. Now York loses the handle again, and a double dribble is called.
Well, that was an interesting couple seconds of basketball there.
They were extremely lucky to still have the ball. They bobbled it several times, but kept getting it back. And finally, the double dribble on Bryce York. One of those nights. Here's Jake McConnell back in the ball game for the Warriors. Bounce course, bounce pass cross, both shank. Dangerous pass by Willamette to Fulman, who took it underneath the basket. I thought maybe he traveled anyway trying to get that ball, but he missed the shot, hit the bottom of the basket. Now the Warriors in transition. Johnson to McConnell, misses an easy layup. Ferguson with the ball to Fulman. Fulman to the basket. He missed an easy look at the basket. And I think Cheney Wyatt, he's going to go to the line. I thought maybe Cheney Wyatt was guilty of the foul.
Well, I thought there was definitely a foul. It looked like it was going to be on Willamette, though.
I thought Cheney Wyatt came right over the back, but he's going to the line.
No, there was about 3 people there that should have been called. Should have been a foul called on.
I've said it often, but it's not as clear in high school basketball. Often you get several players.
Right.
Everybody's moving. It's very difficult to call plays in an instant to see who's responsible, which one is the more culpable of the 3 that were there. But it was determined to be.
I think they called it on the handle. The foul. Free throw is made. 22-4. Well, are you okay?
I'm leaning over the chair to get my papers back.
Both are made.
Cheney Wyatt hits, and it is 23-4. 23-4. Willamette is up on the Warriors. Warriors with the ball. Isaac Johnson, quiet so far tonight. Trying to get a drive to the basket if he can't. Turns, wants to put up a shot. Not a good one. No, missed the shot. Willamette with the rebound. Cheney Wyatt to the basket. And Wyatt again is fouled. And I would have to say that he took an extra step when he got the ball.
Well, I thought he was going to try to go up and dunk the ball, but then he decided he was too far under the hoop.
I thought he took the extra step because you're right. I think he wanted to dunk the ball. He wanted to get some steam. He may have taken an extra step in there. Instead, he will go to the free throw line, and this time he hits as the foul is on Jacob McConnell, his first.
Well, right now, Willamette's getting to the free throw line, and the Warriors are not. 11 attempts to 2 in the game.
For the Warriors, Maddox, Hargis, McConnell, Kevin Denny, and the Kendall Leopard, and the shot is good. So Cheney Wyatt, who had just missed 2 a little while ago, gets 2, and he will come and sit down for a little while. The lead is 25-4 with a line in a favorite movie that I have, Midnight Run, in which someone says to Robert De Niro, I don't think they're coming back.
Yeah.
Kendall Leopard in a battle trying to get a shot off. And he dishes it outside trying to get it to Hargis. And C.J. Hargis coming forward runs into one of the Willamette players. And the Willamette player leaning down, that's Will Fulmer trying to get the ball, got wrapped right on top of the nose and hit the floor like a knockdown punch, but he's back up.
He's a heavyweight fighter. He took that punch. He also picked up the foul, unfortunately for him.
So he does get the foul as C.J. Hargis had stopped. He had grabbed the ball and stopped. Coleman ran into him. That's the 15th foul on Willamette. Here's Hargis with an off-balance shot. He's going to be fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. He actually got fouled, did a good job of shooting to draw the foul and to get to go to the free throw line for 2. 25-4, only 4 points in the ball game. Make it 5. 25-5. 16 fouls on Willamette, 8 on the Warriors so far. 4:59 remaining second quarter at Willamette High School. 25-5. And the Warriors get a little bit of momentum. 2 free throws from CJ, and they do, maybe. They do get the free throws. Let's see. They do. The momentum remains to be seen. Here's the Wolverines with the ball. Ferguson hands it to Banks. Outside to Scott Kubis. Back into the hands of Kubis. Kubis hands it off for Brands, who misses the shot and the rebound. Tries to be saved. And it'll be out of bounds instead. Trying to save it. Trevor White. They've already gone to the bench as they have a lead of 19 points. Isaac Johnson in traffic, has it knocked away, gets it back, and dishes it to McConnell, left side of the floor. CJ out front. Bounce past the Smith. He wants to put up a shot, and he will be fouled. It might go against their big man, and that's Tyler Johnson. Johnson listed as 6'1", Cheney Wyatt is 6'3", but Johnson looks just as large as he does. Yes, he does. He gets the foul. That will be his first. It is the 7th foul. And the shot is no good, but it was a shooting foul, so 2 shots coming up for Ian Smith. He breaks. He does hit neither. Ball on the floor and scooped up by Trevor White into the hands of his teammate. Cross side to go across court. Harkins knocks it away. McConnell one-on-one to the basket. And loses the ball out of bounds, and it will go to Willamette.
Boy, it's that kind of night for the Warriors right now.
Jake McConnell got cut off on an angle to the basket. His defender managed to just get an angle for him, so he couldn't go inside. He wanted to look behind him for someone to dish to. He couldn't do it, and he lost it off his hands out of bounds.
Yeah.
25-6, Willamette with the ball. Scott Kuvas for Ferguson. Downloaded Brand. Brand goes cross court for Johnson. Brand into the hands of Ferguson. Ferguson dishes outside. Here's Brand on the right side of the floor for 3. It won't go.
Got to be a foul on 33, right?
So Tyler Johnson should pick up his second foul. At first he was going to stand there hoping maybe it went against the Warriors, but it will go against Johnson. Tyler Johnson, 6'1" senior, but I tell you, he's big, decisively.
He's a wide body, as he'd say.
Broad-shouldered, in good shape.
Yeah.
Looks like a running back or certainly a good defensive player if he's not a fullback.
Be a good lead blocker.
A smash foul back. That will be the 8th foul, so the Warriors are in a 1-on-1 situation here with Kendall Leppard. It is interesting, Kendall is also a strong-looking young man, and the two of them, Kendall Leppard and Johnson, are battling underneath. Kendall hits the free throw, 25-7.
That's good. Well, if the Warriors are going to get to the line, the least they can do is make them.
And he hits the second, 25-8. It's a long way back, but point by point, perhaps you can do it. 3:40 remaining in the second quarter. Scott Kuvas with the ball, guarded by McConnell, and let's see if there's a foul away from the ball. It'd be maybe a push here. Bryce York. They were pointing to Bryce, but I don't think it's not a foul.
There's some sweat on that high ground.
Maybe he was not pointing at Bryce. He was pointing to the sidelines for a towel. And it's a perspiration moment. That's it. Not a foul underneath. He just called for the towel. Did it himself. They don't have towel boys here.
No.
Here's Cheney. Cheney starts to drive between two Warriors. I think both of them could have fouled him. He didn't get the shot. There was no foul called. Long outlet to McConnell. He sent it into the hands of Brand. Jake Brand for Kuvas. Kuvas almost tripped by Shank. No foul. Willamette with the ball. Kuvas to Brand. Brand's no look pass to Wyatt, who cannot hit for 2, and Jake McConnell has the rebound. 25-8 it remains. And C.J. Harkins travels as he knocks down Bill Coleman. I waited to see if there was a foul because Coleman was on the floor.
Yeah, could have been.
But it's just a travel.
Yeah.
Maybe the travel before the foul.
I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed with Willamette's ball movement so far on offense.
They move it quickly.
They do, and it's really effective. Quick, short passes that right on target. We don't see that too much in the high school game.
They do a good job of rotating, finding an open spot so that they can throw those passes. The Warriors are trying to pass into traffic.
Right.
Closely guarded players.
And that's why Willamette's getting a lot of wide open shots, or at least better looking shots than the Warriors are getting right now.
The Warriors, Willamette, the Wolverines, use somewhat of a circular rotation and moving around, and they find an open person to pass it to, and then finally find an open shooter, and they have made the best of it. They lead by 17. Here's Jake Franz with the ball almost stolen away, almost dribbled right into Leppard. Kuvas starts to drive down low, tries to go back outside. That one was knocked away by the Warriors. Jake McConnell, as Kuvas tried to pass it to Cheney Wyatt. 2:55 remaining. Willamette will inbound again. Jake Brand Inbounds it for Pullman. Underneath, wide open. Wow. He rolled to the hoop there. Here it's to Pullman. Pullman, a little alley-oop pass over the defender to Wyatt. He had an easy shot, 27-8, and a foul at the other end. And that will be a ninth foul. The Warriors close to the double bonus, but still at a 1-and-1 here. As Todd Kuvas commits the foul, his second. And he fouled Jake McConnell, who will be at the line. 27-8. Willamette has extended the lead to 19 here in the second quarter. As Jake McConnell does not cut into that lead. This is the front end of a 1-and-1. Tries for the rebound, can't get it. Instead, Cam Ferguson has it. Ahead to Jake Graham. Behind the back pass to Tyler Johnson. Johnson for Ferguson. Johnson in front of the Warrior bench. Starts to drive to the basket. Off the glass, up and in. Well, 2 east right now, Ray. 29-8. Nice move, though, by Tyler Johnson along that baseline. Here's McConnell driving to the basket. It's blocked by Johnson. Ian Smith tries to battle Ferguson. And somebody's going to get a reach or a foul here. And it could be Smith. Wow. Ian Smith, that was one of those close ones again. Ian Smith and Cam Ferguson battling for the ball. But they'll say Ferguson had it fast. So that's why I would not want to be official. It was hard to tell who got that ball first. Cam Ferguson at the other end, though, will shoot, and he hit. That is also the ninth foul on the Warriors. So it's still just a 1-and-1. But Cam Ferguson hits the first of the two and sets for a second, and it looks no good. I was not going to say good, was I? No, not at all. 30-8 is the score. Willamette by 22. McConnell guarded by Ferguson, and now Ferguson will foul McConnell. So McConnell will go to the line, and because that is now the 10th foul, it will be the double bonus for the Warriors for the first time tonight. 2:13 remaining second quarter. Willamette High School. I'm Brady Ray over there on the other side of this chair that separates us. Here in a very narrow passage. There's a few chairs here. Scott Landgren and just for Jake McConnell hits the first, 30-9. What I was about to say is that the Warriors are getting to the line more, but they're just not making it. They're 5 of 10, now 6 of 11. 6 of 11 is 2 by Jake McConnell, 30-10. No field goals this quarter, all free throws. Wow. Saw that at Springfield. 6 free throws, yeah. Here's Cam Ferguson for Wyatt. They swing it on the other side. The near side to us, to Tyler Johnson. Back to Pullman. Pullman, cross court for Wyatt. Dangerous man. Tries to bounce pass underneath. McConnell knocks it away into the hands of Fulton Shanks. C.J. Hargis with the ball. McConnell will try for 3. Yes, they get their first 3 of the night. And boy, they just needed something. They did. Good number of Warrior fans on the other side. Making a lot of noise. Good pass, Jake Brands. Again, the no-look pass. He is the master of the no-look in the hands of Wyatt. Kendall Leopard tries for a steal. Going to be a foul. And we'll see who on the limit. Who is called for the foul as Kendall Leopard will go to the line. Again, the ball loose. A lot of loose ball fouls. People just reaching in, and sometimes it's just who gets there first, and that's the case again. Cheney got his first foul. Cheney Wyatt with the initial foul, and again, the Warriors with a double bonus. So although Kendall Leopard misses the front end, he will get a second. As the Warriors again down by 17 at 30-13. Maybe a little mini run here in the last 134. And it will not be helped from the free throw line. It's Kendall missing both. Katie Wyatt clears the boards and hands it to Cam Ferguson, who very patiently and slowly will bring the ball into front court. Right at the free throw line to Wyatt. Wyatt slips a little bit, but somehow the ball is lost into the hands of Coleman, who goes to the basket and misses and is fouled. That was good fortune. You know, a lot of players slipped in the junior varsity game. We saw Hargis slip earlier. That haven't been as many in this game, but that was a slip by Wyatt trying to make a move at the free throw line at the other end. He lost the ball, but Coleman was right there behind him, picked it up, and on his way to the basket, he drew a foul. He drew the foul on the Warriors. Kendall Leopard was his third, so Kendall Leopard was 3. First shot by Will Foleman is no good, and Will does get the second. And the lead will stand at 31-13 Willamette, 1:19 remaining in the third quarter. Warriors inbounding at quite a distance from us. They've been at the other end of the court inbounding, whereas their offensive end is just below us here at Willamette High School. C.J. Harden stops the dribble. Passes it to Colton Shankman, who travels. So the Warrior turnover gives Willamette another shot here to extend what is an 18-point margin. It really seems spacious here, doesn't it? Boy, it's just huge. We're upstairs, and as I say, in the terrace, the track level, and that ceiling is still way above us.
They call it the Wolverine Den, but this is more than just a den feeling to it.
It's like a warehouse.
It is. It's huge. Like an airplane hangar almost. Like it's big, tall walls, high ceilings.
That's a better description. It is nicely done. Very nicely done. Here's a shot by Scott Krubas for three. No good. The rebound to Brands, who tries to put up a bank shot that won't go. Maddox got the rebound. Instead, his outlet pass stolen by Krubas. Krubas for Brands. Brands missed an easy shot underneath. Willamette with the ball. Less than a minute to go. Brands bounce past it. Wyatt tries to get to the basket. It is blocked, though, by Ian Smith. First block tonight. Good job. And avoiding the foul. Cam Ferguson will inbound. 35 seconds remain in the second quarter. They get into the hands of Tyler Johnson. Back to Cheney Wyatt. Wyatt starts to drive. Dishes it off. Fort Johnson puts up a little jumper from the baseline and won't go. Hargis with the rebound. Quick outlet pass to McConnell. McConnell tries to swing around one of the defenders, loses it, knocks it away, and he gets it into the hands of Hargis. Hargis behind the back dribble, drives to the basket, puts up a shot that won't go. The first little bit of dribble trickery that we've seen, I might not say this season, but a nice one there to escape a defender.
Yeah.
But almost a Regis moment out of control.
He was out of control. Luckily, he got fouled. Unfortunately, he didn't make the shot.
The shot was really a hard one to make. It was more of a prayer, but he did get fouled, and he hits the first free throw, so he takes advantage of it at 31-14. Kevin Denny will check in for the Warriors. Jake McConnell, C.J. Hargis, Ian Smith, and Tim Maddox will finish up the final 16 seconds before half. As C.J. hits both good, 31-15.
I call this a victory here if the Warriors can get down. I'll be down only 16 here. Play good defense.
Warriors almost steal it. Kevin Denny tries for the steal, but he just stepped out of bounds before he could slap it back inbounds. Stepped out of bounds and ran into the Willamette bench. Tyler Johnson tries to get it.
Here we go.
Cheney Wyatt, he throws it away. Wyatt was down in front court. He tried to get it to Wyatt, so he might have had a one-on-one opportunity to the basket. But instead, it was too far out of bounds, and Tim Maddox, at quite a distance from us, as he's at the other side of the gym, and the other end, inbounds to C.J. Hargis.
Make a shot here.
7 seconds to go. Hargis has to do something. Double team in the backcourt. Maddox gets it to an open McConnell. McConnell for the three. And
right.
A big break for the Warriors just before the half.
There we go.
McConnell was open at the break below us here. Just a couple of steps behind the arc. Hits for three. Beautiful release. 31-18. He'll try to hit a free throw.
That's all you can ask for. Actually, it's more than you can ask for. You can ask him to make the shot, but now he's going to the line to try to get a 4-point play. That'd be a huge momentum swing for the Warriors at the end of the half here.
And the Warriors are within 12 at 31-19. Time running out, and that will do it. Oh, my gosh.
That was close.
Cam Ferguson threw a shot from about 3/4 of the court and just hit the top of the basket.
If he would have made that, I would have said, let's just go home, right? Because it would have been not our night.
It was right at the rim. I mean, he put it right at the almost down, and it was a little bit too hard and too flat, so it hopped up and out. And the Warriors get a break there. That 3-point shot would have been a killer. The Warriors end with a 4-point splurge, thanks to Jake McConnell, and they are within 12, and that really is a doable margin. Maybe what we said about the momentum of just feeling that you can do it, that you can win, maybe that helped them in that second quarter.
You know, not to say anything bad about the previous year's teams, but I felt like the last few years, if they would have got down 20-4, they probably wouldn't have fought back like this team did. Showed a lot of toughness.
Back within 12 at 31-19 at the half. We'll be back here at Willamette High School. It's Warrior basketball tonight. The Wolverines and the Warriors at halftime on KGAL.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
We're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Pick up a Burgerville card now and earn rewards cash for every dollar spent. See store for details. Stop by Burgerville after the game. Order a famous Tillamook cheeseburger. Open 7 a.m. to midnight Fridays.
Your Mid-Valley home of the Lebanon Warriors. News Talk 1580, KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Well, the Warriors finished the first half with a good run, but yet it's still a 12-point margin for Willamette. It's 31-19. You mentioned the fact that they were moving the ball very well. They were doing a good job with a rotation, a circular rotation on offense. Yeah. And they were finding the open man with passes that could not be contested by the Warriors, and then finally dishing to someone who was open for the shot. They did a good job of getting to the basket, being fouled early in the game, making those free throws, hit a couple of three-pointers in open shots from the outside that really made a big difference as they continued to pull away until the latter moments of the first half. But the Warriors are back within 12, and that will be the theme for Coach Kevin Johnson in the locker room, is that they started that comeback, and if they continue at 12 points is not that big a margin.
Hey, you still got a whole half of basketball to go.
And the Warriors have won 3 straight, as we said, for the first time since 2006, and they're just playing better basketball this year. And I think we talk about the past, in the past, down by 12 at halftime, we said, well, this one is over, but you get the feeling that maybe not.
I would totally agree with that.
I'm not sure if they're running a rotational offense here at halftime.
They're trying to get dollar bills of people, and everyone's running in circles.
I'm not sure. I thought they were going to come up here and run at us. They can't get over the glass, though.
No, we're protected up here.
We're in here in the upper levels. We can't even get out ourselves, let alone somebody get in. There's not enough room.
Now, you're boxed in there pretty well between me and the cameraman. You're not going to 2 cameramen.
I'm not sure. What are they doing down there?
I think it's a fundraiser, but each person's trying to collect some money in their little bag. I think that's what I heard.
It must be a fundraiser at Christmas time.
Oh,
right.
They split it all.
They do have the dollar bills in little lunch bags.
Maybe they're just trying to get lunch money for after the break. I don't know.
It is a rather sparse crowd here tonight, and really, among the people that are assembled, there's a pretty good portion of it is the Lebanon crowd.
Yeah.
On the far side, a little hard to tell how many. Maybe some of the Willamette fans are scattered throughout. But where it appears visiting parents and visiting students, there's about probably maybe a little less than a third of the crowd for Lebanon parents. But they are apparently a fundraiser here, as several students running through the crowd, up and down the bleachers, and a little Willamette cheer as they're obviously raising some money for a charity or a food bank here at Christmas time. 31-19, and a young man with reindeer antlers came running up toward us, but he's going to bring the bag up. 31-19, Willamette has the lead tonight. The Warriors, this is our last broadcast, really, until, I guess, deep into January, right about maybe January 9th?
Yeah, I have the schedule here. It's, the January 9th against the Dallas Dragons. Our old foe, the Dallas Dragons.
I almost hate to hear that, Scott, because that's one of the first games of the season for the Warriors.
I agree, but the last home game of the year is against South Albany, so maybe there's a chance there. You never know.
The Warriors in those oft-belittled OSAA rankings, and I'm the one that belittles them frequently, they are ahead in the rankings of South, Woodburn, and Dallas.
Yeah, they're 28th in the power ranking.
West Albany is number 5. They are currently the top-ranked team out of the Mid-Willamette Conference. Corvallis has really slipped this year after winning 2 championships. They're down quite deep in the rankings. And no one had success against Churchill out of the Midwestern League.
No.
They took care of 4 different teams from the Mid-Willamette Conference, including West Albany at West, although West put up a good fight against them, which is why they remain number 5 in the rankings. But the Warriors, in those OSA rankings so far, based on the early season play, they are ranked ahead of South, Woodburn, and Dallas. So that first game against Dallas becomes almost a must-win situation. Where is that?
It's at home.
It's at Lebanon?
Yeah.
That will be January 9th. That will be our next broadcast. Do the Warriors have some tournament games during the Christmas break?
They do. They have the 27th, 28th, and 29th. They're at the West Salem Holiday Hoop Fest. It's up at West Salem High School. They're playing West Salem on Thursday at 8:15 p.m. I think I'm probably going to go to that, maybe a couple of the games, just to see how they do. There's some interesting teams in that tournament. I have the list here. Sweet Home's in that tournament. Willamette's in that tournament. And then a couple of the lower-level teams, Blanchette, David Douglas, Valley Catholic, and Western Mennonite. So there's a chance there for the Warriors to maybe pick up a win or two. That West Salem game is going to be tough, but they definitely have a chance depending on who they play in that tournament.
Those tournament games are really impossible for us to broadcast because the times vary from day to day.
Right. The only one we know for sure is the first game. It's at 8:15 against West Salem.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's you win or lose. It depends.
So we will hope for a good comeback here in the second half to carry some momentum to our next broadcast January 9th as we start the conference season. We'll take a timeout. Scott does have the stats for the first half. 31-19 at the halftime. Willamette's back in a shoot-around already as if they needed it. They lead by 12 and will return on KGAL.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other, we promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed pizzas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
1580 KGAL.
Back here at Willamette High School and seated for the halftime.
A one-on-one conference here.
I almost forgot to sit down. 6 or 7 minutes into the halftime, I remember that we could sit here in the chairs, which are set sideways in between the glass that protects you in the upper level here, and the bleachers, which are not folded back to my right. If I cannot move the elbows out either way. The Warriors were a little crowded in early, as Willamette did a good job of jumping out to a big lead. The Warriors scored only 4 points in the first half. The first 6 points of the second quarter were from the free throw line, but made a good run here before the end of halftime, and they're down 31-19.
Right, and the lead was, I believe 30-8 at one time, so the Warriors did a good job of cutting into that lead. And they did it by making some shots finally, not so much from the free throw line. The Warriors finished 8 of 16 from the line in the first half, 50%. Willamette 9 of 15, so they're both about equal, but I'm impressed that the Warriors were able to get to the line more, because I remember it was 12-2, so they ended up getting to the line in that second quarter, which really helped them. Willamette out-rebounded the Warriors 24-18. Warriors won the turnover battle, though, which is not something you ever want to do, 16-10. Only 10 turnovers for Willamette. They're passing the ball very effectively and not turning it over. Cheney Wyatt is the leading scorer in the game, and for Willamette, 13 points. He's really good ball handler and shooter from the outside as well as in. For the Warriors, Jacob McConnell hit a couple of big threes and hit 3 free throws. He has 9 points, the leading scorer for the Warriors. C.J. Hargis has 4, Kimball Leffert has 4, and Tyler Romeo has the other 2. The Warriors won the second quarter 15-12, so hopefully they keep winning the quarters and eventually get this game a little bit closer.
An 11-1 run then.
Yeah.
At the end of that second quarter that we hope will carry over here after halftime. Warriors are
still not on the floor.
No, they're not. Couldn't do that easily. There's not much room to move. But the Warriors not on the floor yet here, but we're getting close to the start of the second half. A reminder from Lebanon Community College, time to sign up for the winter term, soon to start. Get started, get finished at Lebanon. Save a lot of money on tuition, travel, and housing, and prepare for virtually any career you might choose. LBCC, conveniently located in Lebanon, main campus in Albany, also Sweet Home and Corvallis. And a Friday night reminder from Little Caesars Pizza, $5 hot and fresh pizza at the drive-up at Little Caesars Pizza, the only location at the River Center in Lebanon that they'd love to see you tonight. It's up to me. They're driving up tonight. Do it for me. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back. We're close to the start of the second half tonight. 31-19. Willamette with the lead, but it was much worse at one point in that first half. We'll return.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Good, tasty food. That's why Bing's Kitchen has been a lunch and dinner favorite for over 40 years. Choose Chinese or American meals that can satisfy the entire family or a gathering of up to 40 people on the South Santiam Highway in Lebanon. Choose Bing's Kitchen, where the food simply tastes best.
Doug Phillips, financial advisor with Edward Jones, is proud to sponsor Lebanon Warrior Sports on KGAL. Doug Phillips' Edward Jones office is on the corner of South Main and Walker, near the post office in Lebanon. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Back at Willamette High School for the second half tonight. Willamette lost the ball on their first possession. The Warriors get it. They finished the first half at 11-1 run. Let's see what they can start here in the second half as Tyler Johnson reaches in. In a pass intended for the hands of Tim Maddox, Johnson picked up the first foul of the second half. That's for the Warrior benefit. Is that it's not up on the board? Are they not going to?
I think they're calling. I think they're just a little bit late.
I believe it would be his third foul, but there's nothing on the board. Here comes the official finally heading over the scores table. There will be the foul on Tyler. Tyler Johnson is the young man who is a force underneath. He's certainly as tall as any of the Warriors and very wide body and in good, solid shape. No, it's on Cam Ferguson.
And second. Oh, what do we know? We're just on the radio. Right?
That one confuses me. I would say that was away from the ball when they called that foul because the other one was clearly on Johnson reaching in against one of the Warriors. C.J. Hargis trapped down low. The Warriors this time will be at the far end of the floor from us. It's to our left here as we're at one end of the gym. It will not be the Warriors' offensive end. Hargis will manage to knock it off one of the bodies of Willamette out of bounds. Here's McConnell for three, and he hits to start the second half.
Boy, he is feeling it right now.
Isaac Johnson gave it to McConnell. He had the opening. He hits from almost straight away on a three-point shot, 31-22. Willamette on the floor. Johnson tipped it. Open is McConnell. McConnell to the basket. Principal shot won't go. No foul. It was a good thing that Willamette did not get the foul. Warriors try to steal it. Johnson loses it out of bounds. Tyler Johnson went off his hands out of bounds, and the Warriors will regain possession, 31-22, down by 9, a 14-1 run on that three-point shot by McConnell. He has 3 of them tonight.
Was the last time we said a 14-1 run for the Warriors?
Boy, I was just thinking that, Scott. There's a little hook shot by Leffert. Won't go. Tyler Johnson clears the board. Sees through his pass, and reaching in, McConnell tried to swat it away and maybe get a break to the basket. But instead, he follows Darius Jackson. And the ball will go out of bounds. Second, the foul on Jake McConnell. First foul of the half, 2 already on Willamette. Just a couple of minutes, not even 2 minutes gone, third quarter. Tyler Johnson hands it to Darius Rucker. Rucker is going to be fouled by Isaac Johnson on a reach. Rucker would have been a regis moment out of control.
He would have.
But before he was about to launch off into the air, Isaac reached and fouled him. His second. Third foul is actually 3 on the Warriors. Here's Jackson underneath, and he is fouled from behind, and that may be a push on Leopard. A couple of the Warriors were there. Leopard reached out. Let's see if he got him first. And that will quickly be the 4th foul, because the Warriors have had the 2 fouls, and the foul note will be against Kevin Jenny. They had him, or Denny. They had him sandwiched. They had Jackson sandwiched. He hits the free throw and breaks the string. Score 32-22. The Warriors had a 14-1 run. Darius Jackson set for a second. And it's close. So from the free throw line, they finally stopped that Warrior run. 33-22, lead back to 11 by Willamette. Early third quarter tonight at Willamette High School. C.J. Hargis pulls up left side of the floor. McConnell playing out top, right in the center. To Hargis. Hargis runs into Tyler Johnson. Double team. Bounce pass is stolen by Jackson. Jackson wild pass, and it will wind up in the hands of Jacob McConnell in backcourt. He's double teamed. They've got pressure on him. He finds Leopard. Leopard's going to drive to the basket. He gets around his man, puts a shot up. I'm not sure how he did that without taking an extra step.
Well, I don't know, but it looked nice.
Here's Jerry Jackson at the other end. And Jackson over 2 Warrior defenders puts it up in. Nice shot by Jackson. Great move by Leopard if he did not travel. Hargis almost has the ball stolen. Stolen pass to Denny. Cross court to McConnell. McConnell not open for the 3. I think he'd like to take that again. He's hit 3 of them. Maddox on a rotation. Denny to the basket. Oh, missed the shot. The rebound off the hand of Wyatt. He and Leopard are battling, and Leopard obviously got the foul because he slapped his hand and is upset.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call. I'm with Kevin on that. I don't know how that was on Kendall Leopard when he had the ball going up for a shot.
Kevin Johnson just protest.
He protested a little bit there.
He will protest to the officials.
I'm pretty sure he got a technical called on himself there.
You know, I was going to say that the official put the hand there. There is the technical call. I saw him put the hand up for Johnson, and now he wants Johnson to come and sit down, to Kevin Johnson. I think you probably saw it correct because he does not get non-plugged too often.
No, he doesn't.
And Wyatt is the player who goes to the free throw line. And he is undoubtedly their best player. He hits the first, misses the second, but they will also have the ball. So 36-24 is the score. And Willamette will get the ball out of bounds. Tim Maddox will come out. Jake McConnell, Kevin Denny, C.J. Hargis, Ian Smith checked in, and Kendall Leopard, the 5 Warriors on the floor. Lead is back to 12. The Warriors had it down to 9 within double digits, down by as much as the lead by 22. It's sometimes hard to remember, especially when the game's rolling as it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 30-8.
Well, within 12, but now needs to get a defensive stop here and get the ball back and keep their comeback rolling.
They've been playing better defense in the last, 5-6 minutes. So they just got to keep it up. They've been amping up the pressure, which is something they didn't really do in the first quarter. They're playing a lot of man-to-man, it seems like. And, it's hard to pressure man.
Coach Albion, Alex Albion's dad, is going over the roster with the officials and checking with the scorekeeper. I'm not sure exactly what number or what player they might be talking about, but that seems to be the situation as they're running down the roster. That's the reason for the timeout. Willamette will inbound the ball after that. The technical, they made 1 of 2 free throws now with the ball. Right arm down, it's got to be a charge.
Anytime you lower the shoulder like that, it's got to be called that. If not, Kevin Johnson might have got ejected from this game.
Cheney Wyatt banged into Kendall Leopard, knocked it down, and the Warriors will have the ball down by 12. They need a basket here and keep that momentum going. Quiet the crowd again. Quiet getting loud for the first time tonight. Here's Jake McConnell on the far side near the Warrior bench. Tries to bounce past it for dangerous one. It is knocked away and it gets into the hands of Willamette. Coleman had it. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson loses it off his foot. And they're going to call a reach on Kevin Denny. Kevin Denny will pick up his second, and that will be the 17th
that's
foul.
A bit of a disparity, isn't it? 7-2?
17th foul on the Warriors, and with 5:17 remaining in the third quarter. It seems like old times. We would see this last year frequently. 1-1 for Willamette.
I'm not even sure we've seen that in the past years. This is quick to get to 17 fouls, Ray. 5:17 to go in the third.
Not even 3 minutes, about a little more than 2.5 minutes. 7 fouls, and the shot is good. 37-24. And it is that disparity going to the free throw line that is stopping the Warrior run. Shot in and out. Ian Smith in the ball game gets the rebound. C.J. Hargis, he is the ball handler, brings it into front court. Bounce pass to Denny. He's out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds, perhaps.
He was a little upset. The players are getting a little upset now. It was not a good pass, and the officials are going to talk. Well, maybe not. Maybe
I don't think they're talking about it.
Maybe they're going to talk to the Warrior bench over there. There were 2 officials because Shady Wyatt is right in front of the Warrior bench and he throws it away. He threw it away on the inbounds pass. Did not hit a man in the backcourt. It was wide open. It was simply a bad pass. And so the Warriors in front of their own bench now will inbound. Ball went out of bounds at the far baseline, but because the pass was thrown from the Warrior bench, that's where C.J. Hargis can't stay inbound. Into the Jake McConnell. Look out. Shady Wyatt tries for the steal. Shady Wyatt should be called for the reach.
Oh, no, it's going to be on Jacob.
Oh, my. It will be the 8th foul.
No? They're changing it.
All right, good. Okay.
The way they initially were pointing, it looked like they were going to call it on McConnell there.
Darius Jackson. So again, it had to be away from the ball because it was McConnell who was battling for the ball with Kevin Denny. So it was a push elsewhere trying to get open or to get the ball for Willamette. Here's C.J. Hargis. Hargis a tough cross forward to the Leopard who puts it up in there. Right up the large contingent from Lebanon. Standing and cheering. 37-26. 26. Nice pass by C.J. and travel by Willamette. And it gets very loud in here.
Wow, that's good, though. I mean, that means we've got a game, right?
They will be deaf by the end of the game.
We might be. It's loud.
And timeout is called. 11 is the lead. That's the way it's stood at halftime, but the Warriors putting up a battle tonight. 4:50 remaining third quarter. We will take a 30-second timeout. Willamette has the lead at their high school as we continue Warriors and Wolverine basketball tonight on KGAL.
Has your stove lost its heat? Is your fridge or freezer no longer cold? Does your washer leave soap in your clothes, or has your dryer stopped tumbling? Then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 259-1131, of course. Like New Appliance, where every appliance shines like new.
Lynn Lane's in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
The place to bowl is Lynn Lane's Bowling Center on South Main Road in Lebanon. And the people are real nice. And the Head Pin Restaurant, I'd go there even if the bowling alley wasn't attached.
Good family fun. Bowling.
1580 KGAL.
The Warriors talking things over on the far side of the floor from us. Willamette doing the same. I'm Randy Ray along with Scott Landry tonight from Willamette High School. The Warriors, who were down by 22 at one point of this game, and it was, to quote Arthur Godfrey, seemed like old times, and then suddenly, as we have seen this year, the resilience of the Warriors, who have won 3 games in a row, made a good comeback. Got within 9 in this quarter, and right now just down by 11 with 4:46, and they got the ball back after a turnover by Willamette. They have the ball on the far side of the court. Here's Hargis. Hargis starts the drive. No, it's not Hargis with the ball. It's Ian Smith.
Ian Smith, and he lost it off the leg out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the far end of the floor.
Could have cut it to single digits.
So the Warriors with the turnover. Willamette gets the ball back. Oh, wow. A pass knocked off the hands of Wyatt. Was intercepted by Leopard. Leopard to Hargis. Hargis both shanks in the game. Dishes it to Leopard. Leopard thought about a 3. Hargis has it on the outside. Starts the dribble with the right hand. Bounce pass. No, looks like he's going to pass to Shanks. Did not keep it. His pass for Smith is knocked away and stolen by Tyler Johnson. Here comes Willamette. out of control. Wow. His great friend. They try to save it out of bounds. They save it to Colt Shanks. Hargis loses off his feet. Somehow gets to McConnell. Drives to the basket. A shot up. No good. Rebound off the hands of Cheney Wyatt. But then touched by Ian Smith, and the ball will belong to Willamette.
Well, that was a high school moment there if I've ever seen one.
That was wild.
Sometimes it gets a little ugly here, folks.
That was a Johnny Carson moment. That was wild stuff. That was wild stuff.
Got a few turnovers, a rebound, all out of bounds.
The crowd in United is getting really emotional and very loud. 37-26. Willamette with the ball. 3:47 third quarter. Here's Cam Ferguson on drive to the basket. Bounce pass for Wyatt. Wyatt goes to Johnson underneath, and he's holy smoke. I don't know. He threw it up like a jump ball.
He sure did.
I think he wanted to shoot, then decided it was not going to be a good angle, wanted to pass, and didn't do either, and simply threw the ball straight up in the air and out of bounds.
You've got to commit to something there, don't you? Wow.
So the Warriors on the turnover take it again with a chance to get under double digits. They got within 9 at one point early in the third quarter. Isaac Johnson along the baseline and can't hit the layup. But he did. He has fouled to go to the line. 4-2. That is the fourth team foul now in Willamette. The Warriors with the 7th. So Willamette at the 1-1 already. They were there within 2 minutes and some 40 seconds.
And that's
this third quarter.
Darius Jackson-Smith. He's out of the game.
So Darius says goodbye for the night. Here in the Bethel district of Eugene.
Ends up with 4 points on the night.
Come on, Isaac. No, too hard.
Yeah.
See that when it came off his hands. It was a little too quick.
Isaac's having a rough night. He has not scored and really hasn't played too much.
Second one was too hard.
Yeah.
So neither shot drops, and the Warriors still trail by 11. Still unable to get that ball. The game back under 10 points again. They've had about 4 possessions in which to do it. They can't. And Cheney Wyatt is going to be fouled. Cheney turned and was not going to hit the shot, but the foul is going to go against the Warriors. Will go against TJ Hargis. Unfortunately, TJ was moving. It's too bad he couldn't have been stationary because Cheney would have run right into him. This is a free throw again. Wyatt has been very effective tonight on the move, but not as effective from the free throw line. That's where you'd like to place him if you can. Second shot, though, is short. And the rebound comes to Isaac Johnson. Cheney almost tried to hold Johnson to keep him from the ball, but then let go. They need a bucket here. Isaac on the far side of the floor near the Warrior bench. Tries to get it to Hargis. Throws it away, but McConnell has it in his hands. Hargis down low. Drives to the basket. A shot no good off the side of the backboard. Finally it comes to Johnson. Johnson to the basket. A little hook shot that he got the roll on. That one looked like it was coming out on the right side of the rolled in. Johnson tries to steal it from Scott Kuvas, and Isaac Johnson knocks it out of bounds. No foul.
You have to compliment Isaac here. Even though he's not having a great offensive night, only 2 points, he's always playing hard on defense.
That little hook from in front of the basket, that's a tough one without using a glass, and he got the roll. 37-28. The Warriors have cut it back to 9. Shot for 3 by Bowman. Off the board. No good. Rebound, though. Grabbed by Scott Kuvas. Grabs it away from a couple of Warriors. They lose it. Hargis has it. Hargis down the court. Tries to put up a shot. And they're going to call a block. Okay? On the Cheney Wyatt.
And they're going to call block it. Is it Cheney?
I would like to see. No, it is on Pullman. It's on Pullman. It was 15, not 25. 15. I would like to see that again. I don't see how CJ did that without Trev.
No, that's why I was a little okay. Well, we'll take that, I guess.
He was on his way to a travel. There's no way he could have released that shot. He had one hand back that's moving.
I thought he took a couple steps there.
I did too, Scott. I thought there was a travel that was not called, but he got the free throw, and the Warriors inch with 8. Within 8. If it was a break, and I think it was. It's a big one. Second shot is perfect. 37-30. What was a 22-point ball game is now down to 7 at 37-30.
All I can say is wow, Ray. Wow.
What we said about the Warriors, what winning will do, give you confidence that you can't come back, especially once you get going. And they're doing it right now. Willamette with the ball. Big Warrior crowd here. I tell you, about a third, almost maybe a little less than a third of the crowd, but noisy and live. The ball knocked away in the backcourt. Oh, almost stolen by the Warriors. Kuvas or Ferguson gets it back. Cam Ferguson to Kuvas. Thought about a shot, no good. Scott has the ball again. Backs up. Isaac Johnson did a good job of defense to keep him from shooting. Tries to drive to the basket. Somehow breaks between a couple of defenders without carrying that ball, and he got the layup. Nice job by Scott. And Johnson is going to be called for the charge. No. He's shooting. He's going to the line. Well, he will go to the line. I was not lying. All right. The foul is on Tyler Johnson, his second, and that's the sixth foul. The Warriors with 8, so the Warriors do not have that disparity any longer. That's good. It appeared that Willamette might be in the double bonus just a short time into this third quarter. Shot was no good. Isaac tries to hit, and he does from the free throw line. Good. So he gets one, in fact, to 8, 39-31. And Tyler Johnson will inbound it backcourt. The Warriors may put a little pressure on now. Let's see if they do. Oh, why not? Try to guard players in the backcourt. Into the hands of Ferguson. Ferguson gets it to Johnson. He brings it easily in the front court. Back to Ferguson. Cross for Jake Brands and Scott Kuvas just below us here at Willamette High School. Brands will hold the ball along the right hip. Now goes to the dribble. Starts to drive in the paint. This is outside for Kuvas. Thinks about his shot. Tries to fake Johnson. Can't do it. Johnson did a good job of maintaining his feet, keeping his balance. A shot, so Ferguson did not take the shot. He missed it to Johnson. Johnson misses the shot. Johnson with an elbow knocks down Kim Maddox, but no foul, and the Warriors will get it. And I thought Jake Brands was going to take the layup. Instead, he dished it to Johnson. Yeah. And Johnson couldn't hold on to it. The Warriors get it back, and they reduce the lead even more. Johnson tries to come down the lane, and he is fouled on his way down the lane, and he will go to the free throw line. And now that's the 7th foul, a 1-and-1. So now there really is no disparity. 18 fouls on the Warriors. The Warriors had 7 with under 3 minutes in this quarter, while there were only 2 on Willamette. But now the Warriors with 8, Willamette with 7, both in the 1-and-1. Can the Warriors take advantage? They need to. Isaac, yes. 39-32, a minute and 3 to go in the third quarter. And what looked like it would be a boring game has become very exciting and very intensive. Shot no good. Rebound to Cheney Wyatt of Willamette. Ferguson, Jake Brands. Brands will back up their midcourt. Cross for Will Coleman. Both for Jake, Cam Ferguson, Kevin Johnson. Wants better defense. Pulls up for a jump shot. Ferguson no good. Off the hands of Maddox. Maddox lost it and wound up with Bryce York. Gives it to Cheney Wyatt. Wyatt somehow lost control, but got it to Fulman for 3. No good. Rebound. Wyatt tips it, but he tips it out of bounds. Wyatt almost lost the ball. Fortunately, it went across court to Fulman. He had an open 3 for the baseline, missed it, and then Wyatt tipped the rebound out of bounds. 33 seconds to go here for the Warriors. I wonder if they maybe just take a final shot here. You're down by 7, potentially get down by 6, 5, 4. You could hit anything. You've won the quarter. Why not end it on a high note? Here's C.J. Hargis, guarded closely. Hargis tries to throw a pass, gets it down low to Tyler Romeo. To Johnson to the basket, no good. And the rebound comes to Willamette with 8 seconds to go, and the Warriors are going to commit a foul. Well, that's not what you want to do. I'm not sure if Isaac, who slaps his hands, he was there under the basket. It may be against Isaac Johnson. It will be the 9th foul, so still just a 1-and-1. It's his 4th foul. I didn't realize he had that many. I thought it might be 3. It is 4 on Isaac. Me too. I only had it for 3. I missed one somewhere. That's big. That is big. He's been doing a lot on the defensive end, and he's been driving a little bit more this quarter, so I think he's going to have to sit for a little bit. Starting to make that run that we saw at McNary in the second half of that ball game after being very quiet in the first half. From the free throw line, good. It's Will Coleman. Pitts makes it an 8-point margin, 40-32, 5'11", junior guard. 8 seconds remaining. And he hits both. That hurts. That's big. So the foul does hurt the Warriors. As Coleman hits both, it's 41-32, only 5 seconds to go. They better hurry. 12. Oh, 12? Yeah. It's hard to see the clock. Here's Leopard, puts up a shot up and in. Nice pitch for Leopard underneath. Now there's 5 seconds left. 4 seconds. Here's Wyatt. Wyatt Jump shot for two. He got it. Oh, my. 41-43-34. It'll be a 9-point margin. Good job. Good ball movement. And finally, Cheney Wyatt, who had been very quiet. Wyatt was quiet in the third quarter. Just inside the three-point arc, just below us. Hits for two. And the margin is 9. Well, the Warriors managed to cut 2 points off the lead. It looked like they were going to cut more. It was 11 at the half, down to 9. 43-34, but it should be an interesting finish tonight. Fourth quarter coming up on KGAL.
Need tires? Hi, this is Don from Kenega Tire Factory. From lawnmowers to tractors, cars, and trucks, we have what you need. And Kenega Tire's ASE certified mechanics can help you with your brakes, shocks, struts, alignment, oil changes, and stuff you won't believe. Even propane for your barbecue and RV. Kenega Tire Factory, still at the Y in Lebanon.
You'll always get your money's worth where the food is fresh and original at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Roberto and his staff will provide a fun and affordable dining experience. So visit Ixtapa on the corner of Highway 20 and Wheeler Street, where parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet.
At Walmart, you'll find lower prices always. That's their pledge to you. And now with the Walmart Superstore, that means you'll find lower prices on just about anything that might possibly be on your shopping list. Walmart, bringing you what you want. Lower prices.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Lynn, you're in.
KGAL.
We hope for an interesting finish tonight. 43-34. The Warriors down by 22 at one point, down 11 at the half. That cut it down to 8. It is a 9-point margin as we start the fourth quarter, 43-34, Willamette. A reminder, Christmas time just ahead now. Victorian Chocolate Company. If you are heading out somewhere, maybe a nice gift, stocking stuffer, Victoria Chocolate Company, the bright purple building near Ralston Park in Lebanon, or check them out online. Willamette was the ball to start the fourth quarter. Tyler Johnson along the baseline. It almost looked like he stepped out of bounds. Got it to Wyatt. I think he did too, Scott. That's just below us. Difficult for the official to see it. Cam Ferguson with the ball. Ferguson. Warriors doing a good job of chasing down the ball handler. Stopping any drives to the basket or any shots. Bowman, double team, gets it to Ferguson. Ferguson, guarded by Kevin Denny. Here's Jake Brand. Bounce pass to Ferguson. Ferguson, far side for Bowman. Tyler Johnson comes out, but Willamette does a good job of moving the ball. Here's Jake Brand for three. He's got it. Oh, that hurt. Oh, hurt. And so are the Warriors, 46-34. 5 points, a great finish in the final seconds to get the ball to Wyatt for a jumper, and then a three-pointer by Fullman has 5 points in succession, 46-34.
They called a foul on, let's see.
That's on Tyler Johnson, his third.
Yeah, it was after the shot, unfortunately.
Kevin Leppard will go to the line, but now it's 8 fouls. Willamette 9 on the Warriors, so the next Warrior foul will give Willamette a double bonus. Leppard sets, and he does not hit. The ball tipped to C.J. Hargis, who gets it underneath. To Ian Smith, who puts it up and in. Fortunately, it got tipped away on the rebound to Hargis. He found Smith open, 46-36. Willamette with the ball. Cam Ferguson goes underneath to Coleman, and he is fouled by Ian Smith. Yeah.
And Ian covered his face because he knows he shouldn't have ever let it be there.
But once he did, the only thing he could do was reach back and foul him, because otherwise he would have had the wide open layup. So he'll force him to hit from the free throw line by 2.
True.
And he does not hit the first, and the Warriors get the rebound. So it works out all right. It was just the second foul on Ian. I thought that was the 10th team foul. Was that?
Oh, well, he made the shot, so it was just the and one.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
he did hit the shot. I thought he missed the shot. I don't know why.
Oh, he made it.
48-36. I don't know why I thought he missed.
I wish he did.
The Warriors with the ball. Kevin Denny, closely guarded, gets it to Ferguson. C.J. Hargis. Hargis for Kevin. Kevin tries an alley-oop pass. That was dangerous, right into the hands of Tyler Johnson. The Warriors can't get careless. They are down by 12. Here's Wyatt with the ball, and Kendall Leppard fouls him. And suddenly, it is a run by Willamette. It may be enough to put the game away. Cheney Wyatt will go to the free throw line. A reminder from the archery hut, if you have someone in the family who is an archer looking for a gift for Christmas, or someone who would like to start, no better spot than the archery hut. on Crowfoot Road in Lebanon. Lessons available, too, from Master Archer John Stone. Katie Wyatt misses the first shot, and the lead remains at 12. Katie Wyatt hits the second. Got a tough night at the free throw line, but just that one hurts because it increases the lead to 13. Here's C.J. Hargis in front court. Pass to Colton Shanks. Shanks guarded by Jake Brand. Stops the dribble, looking for help. Bounce pass to Hargis, almost knocked away, but Cam Ferguson with a reaching foul will be the 19th foul, so C.J. Hargis will have a 1-1. Both teams now are going to be going to the free throw line, you would think, repeatedly here with 6 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Yes.
And for the Warriors down by 13 points, it becomes a critical matter of they can every single free throw, including this one, which they do.
Right now they're 13 of 25 at the line. Had they just made a little bit more, they could have been a lot closer and maybe had a lead in that last quarter.
P.J. Hargis, nice hit release, and he hits both. 49-38. Cam Ferguson. Right on the W in the middle of the floor here, Willamette High School. Ferguson on the drive. This is to Jake Brand through travel. Oh, better defense there. Much better defense by the Warriors. I mean, they are charging out. I shouldn't use the word charge in basketball, but they are charging out at the ball handler.
Yeah, but they're pressuring more. That's something they weren't doing really in the first quarter.
They are getting to the ball handler quickly, and that was the result of the travel by Brand. The shot by McConnell, and he's off balance, can't hit the layup. Hits the floor instead, and Willamette gets the rebound. Up by 11 and with the ball. 5:34 to go, and then Jake McConnell fouls Cam Ferguson. And it is a double bonus situation for Willamette from now on.
Yeah.
R.J. Armstrong and Associates, excavation, construction work, things that you would not do for yourself, underground work. Cam Ferguson hits the shot. R.J. Armstrong and Associates, longtime Warriors sponsors. If you need any of that type of work done, they are the people to call. They are the professionals in Lebanon. 50-38, and he hits Cam Ferguson. So the lead back to 13, and the Warriors in danger here. They made a nice run, but it's beginning to slip away. 5:26 remaining in the fourth quarter. Hargis is fouled by... No? I just stepped out of bounds. No, 5 seconds. And that's what they said. Wasn't he on the move? Well, CJ will ask the official. Wasn't I on the move? Apparently the official says no. 51-38. Cam Ferguson in backcourt behind his back. Almost lost it. Has it in front court. Will Coleman back to Ferguson. Ferguson guarded by McConnell. Come to Bryce York. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson dishes it to Coleman. Scott Kuvas. Name for Scott Landford. It's hard at this point to remember names. Yeah. Here's Kendall Leopard on the steal. Leopard in the front row. Johnson for three. No. Up there, no good. And off the hands of Leopard into the hand of Willamette. Coleman got the ball.
Would have been a big shot.
J.D. Wyatt out of control, but this is a pass to Coleman. Off his feet to Jake McConnell. Here we go off to the races again. McConnell, no charge on the, nor a block. One assist the shot. Rebound no good. Rebound by Isaac Johnson up and in. Wow, that was ugly. Oh, and on the floor with an ankle, and the action continues. And did they hit the shot? Scott, I was watching. So, yeah. Yes, it's 53-40. I was looking at Jake McConnell, who injured his ankle, and I thought that maybe they would get an injury timeout, but you can't because the ball was in play. There was no chance to call timeout. The action did not stop. And Willamette scored at the other end. The Warriors were shorthanded with McConnell in the backcourt on the floor. He had hurt the ankle.
Well, I think what the thing is that the basket was made so quickly that they couldn't call timeout. Had they would have walked the ball up court, they could have called timeout, like the refs, because obviously McConnell went down and he was in pain, and you could tell he wasn't going to get up.
But they kept the ball moving on the break.
Right, because it was so quick.
And hit the layup to make it a 13-point margin. And Jake McConnell's ankle was hurt.
I wish I could tell you who made that shot, because I don't know. But somebody did.
I could see when he hit the floor, you could see that from here you could see that there was pain on his face as he raised his hands as they tend to him. And he is in pain. He will be assisted by Johnston.
If he's putting any weight on him.
Tyler Romeo comes out to assist. One of the Warriors' assistants as well, and he can put no weight on it at all. And he will be carried to the bench to sit down and possibly to the locker room to see if to be attended. But
I don't think he's coming back in this game.
No question. The ankle is hurting him considerably.
And I didn't see what happened. I was writing something down. But he was on the ground and he was in pain. You could tell that.
It's the right leg. It appears to be the right ankle. Warriors with the ball. Kendall effort for three. Boy, do they need it. They don't get it off the iron. No good. And Willamette gets the rebound. Up by 13. Midway point of the fourth quarter. There would be 4 minutes remaining. Will Coleman, guarded by Hargis. Coleman, Cam Ferguson, just below the student section here at Willamette. He starts to drive inside the arc. Passes to Coleman. Back out to Ferguson. Outside. Jake Brand. And Coleman gathered it by Hargis. They will be content. They can do a good job of moving the ball. They do a good job on their passing. Here's Tyler Johnson. Back to Coleman, guarded by CJ. They won't shoot yet. Inside the arc. Bounce pass for Ferguson. Almost lost it. Dished it out to Brand. And they maintain control. Ferguson on the drive.
The Warriors have to get up and get a little bit more pressure.
Coleman, they double team in, and now they get it to an open shot to do hit. They finally found an open player. Left side of the basket, and Tyler Johnson. Nice pass from Coleman, and he hit the layup. Shot by Colton Shanks for three. No good. Warriors are getting a little bit desperate now.
Yeah.
Lead is 15, 55-40. And what was an exciting run is now dissipated here in the fourth quarter. Here's Cam Ferguson. Colton Shanks on him. Ferguson will be content to back up, dribble. Make sure he's not called for the 5 seconds as C.J. Hargis did a little while ago. Ferguson starts to drive in the paint. Dishes it back for Coleman. Coleman for Ferguson on the outside. In the corner, along the perimeter. Here's Bryce York, starts to drive. Bounce pass to Ferguson. Playing on the far side. Tyler Johnson. Mainly who's got the ball. And finally, Colton Shanks really out of necessity fouls Will Coleman. But when you foul out of necessity now, you are guaranteeing 2 shots for Willamette. See if they take advantage of it. Mega Foods, the grocery outlet in Lebanon. Mega Foods wishes you the best in the new year for bargains. The best of bargains, Mega Foods in Lebanon. We appreciate all our sponsors. We thank Mega Foods and all those who support us in Warrior basketball. Shot is good, 56-40. And as I said, double bonus. Cam Ferguson will have 2 shots. They make our broadcast possible, and we always ask, if you need any of the products or services we mentioned, stop by and thank them for making Lebanon High School sports possible to be broadcast on KGAL Radio. Second shot was no good. Hargis has it in front court. His attempted pass for Isaac Johnson, knocked away by Will Coleman. The Warriors will inbound with 2:28 remaining in the game, and really the lead out of reach now. But a terrific effort again, and one that is very gratifying.
Yeah, I mean, when you get down by that big of a score, 22 points, it's very hard to come back. I mean, to get even within 7 is an accomplishment, I would think.
Hargis outside. Good Willamette defense. They do keep the Warriors outside. Hargis, left side to Kevin Denny. Puts a little move on his man. Puts a jump shot on it. In and out. Looks like it was going to drop it and go. Cam Ferguson with the rebound. Nice move by Denny to get around his defender and put that shot up. Unfriendly basket that time as the ball came in and out. And, whoa. Stopping is Cam Ferguson. Now, Isaac Johnson wrapped around his neck, but was he fouled by somebody else before? It looked like the whistle. No, it is Isaac, and that is stiff. That is a stiff. It almost sounded like the whistle blew before he got there. I think the official simply knew it was coming. I mean, the minute that he touched the neck of Cam Ferguson, the whistle blew. The second. So Cam Ferguson to the line again. Hit 1 of 2 the last time there. And again, less than 2 shots, and he hits the first. The lead back to 17, and you would not know at this point, and will not know when this game ends, just how exciting the Warriors made it, getting within 8 after trailing by 22. Here's C.J. Hargis in the front court. Second shot. No good. 57-40. Hargis tries a floater just inside the free throw line, and that one goes. Got it to drop. Tough shot, 57-42. Here's Jake Brand. Brand in front court. Cam Ferguson for Scott Kubas. Named for Scott Landry. Kubas near his own bench, far side of the floor from us here at the balcony area. CJ will have to foul him, and he does. And Scott Kubas will move in. The relationship with Scott Landgren is Scott's mother's cousin's best friend's uncle's sister. What was his wife's removed?
Yeah.
How was it again?
My mother's, as he makes the free throw, my mother's cousin is his dad, Mike.
Mother's cousin is his dad.
Yeah.
And because you're older than me,
right.
When he was born, they liked the name Scott.
That's what I heard.
Because they like your name or just Scott? Do we know that for sure? Shot is no good.
I think it's because they like my name.
Wow.
Yes.
So Scott Kubas has Scott Landgren to thank for the first name. Shot 1 of 2 there also. That's what Willamette has been hitting. But they get 2 shots every time they're fouled now. The Warriors still, they would go to the double bonus if they're fouled one more time. It will not matter under a minute. Well, right down about a minute to go. 58-42 off-balance shot by Leopard. No good. Rebound to Shane Wyatt. Wyatt in the backcourt will hand it to Jake Brands, who will bring it into front court, and they can simply hold the ball here. Their rotation has been good all night. Tyler Johnson drives along the baseline, and he's fouled by Kendall Leopard. Leopard tried to reach in and slap it away. Instead, he will be slapped with what I think will be his 4th, or that may be his 5th. He's headed for the bench. It's 5.
It's 5.
So Kendall Leopard departs.
Good night for Kendall. He had 10 points in the ball game.
You know, in that Park Rose game, people were picking up fouls left and right in the first half, and I don't remember if we saw anybody leave that game. Well, tonight we got a couple. Here's Tyler Johnson with the free throw, and he will not hit, but it's 2 again. The shot.
Yeah, only one person fouled out of that Park Rose game. Not bad. A lot of people have 4,
but 2 here tonight. Yeah. It's Stapa Mexican Restaurant. It's a Friday night. If you're still hungry, it's a great place, great family restaurant, newly renovated. It's beautiful on the inside of the Stapa. Right on the main street of Lebanon. They invite you to stop for dinner and bring the family. Second shot, no good, so Willamette misses 2. But it's a little matter here, up by 16. Clock running, 45 seconds to go. Warriors in front court. Josh Alley in the game for the first time tonight. Misses a shot, no good. Skyler Garber with the rebound, couldn't get it to go, and Willamette will have the ball, and they'll have some of their changing players in the game. As with 33 seconds to go, they throw it out of bounds, and the Warriors in backcourt still with C.J. Hargis and Chad Nissen, Skyler Garber, and there's Chad Nissen, Josh Alley, and the shot was put in. Was it Alley? So this is trying to, yeah, Josh Alley put it up and in. Willamette, last possession of the night, 3 seconds. They will hold on to the ball, and the clock will 8 seconds. Oh, 8 seconds. I'll explain later why we can't see the clock here tonight from where we are. But they are still holding the ball. And no fouls by the Warriors. And that will end the game tonight. 58-44. We are up in the balcony area here at Willamette High School. And the scoreboard that is nearest is blocked by the support of the basket. And then the scoreboard that is distant, which would be the easier one for us to see, is blocked by a basket that's on the side of the gym. And because of the way that it is lifted, you cannot see the beam of the basket is right across the clock on the scoreboard. Unable to see what exactly those numbers are on the board. That explained, it really didn't matter. They were running down into the last minute, and Willamette will win it tonight. The Warriors, though, with a terrific effort. That is very pleasing after what we've seen for several years, where if you were down by 22 points, the game was not only over, probably the margin was really going to be considerable by the end.
Right.
But the Warriors made a run, got it within 9 and 11 at the half, 9 after 3, got it within 8 points at one point in the second half, but finally fall to Willamette here tonight. We'll be back to finish things up as Willamette happy, and the Lebanon parents, a good show here tonight. Good show. Good show. Nice crowd on the far side, and they were very loud and very supportive, especially once the Warriors started the comeback. And Jake McConnell is going to be assisted off the floor. And they do have the ankle wrapped. I can see that. And he will be carried from the floor.
That's not a good look.
No.
Hopefully it's, nothing major. They don't play again until the 27th, so he's going to have some time to rest on it.
He is being assisted off by Mr. Albion as he is carried to the dressing room tonight. So misfortune for the Warriors there, a true misfortune as well, as Jake McConnell is injured. Warriors make a good run, but they fall short. We'll get back to wrap things up tonight from Willamette High School on KGAL.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Has your stove lost its heat? Is your fridge or freezer no longer cold? Does your washer leave soap in your clothes, or has your dryer stopped tumbling? Then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 259-1131, of course. Like New Appliance, where every appliance shines like new.
Lynn Lanes in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
Good family fun. Bowling.
Open every day and until 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Ballistic bowling starts at 10 on Saturday nights.
Stop by Lynn Lanes in Lebanon.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Your Mid-Valley home of the Lebanon Warriors. News Talk 1580, KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Back at Willamette High School. And I know that in the old days when the Warriors, and I always say were misplaced, and boy, that's the truth, we're misplaced in the Midwestern League. I know we came here probably 4 different times, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I just don't remember this gymnasium. It's an interesting place. In the upstairs behind us, this is such a huge building, this end of their school. There is a big wide area that is their wrestling practice area with the mats, wrestling and tumbling. And then in the front here where we are, this is a very spacious gymnasium. As Scott said, it's somewhat akin to an airplane hangar with a high ceiling.
Yeah.
And it just looks very large from up here when you see the size of the walls up to the ceiling. But a nice turnout by the Lebanon fans tonight, not a particularly large turnout from Willamette. So it was loud and good, enthusiastic crowd from Lebanon, particularly once the Warriors started coming back from an early 22-point deficit at 30-8 in the first half tonight. The lowest that they would get that margin was 8 points in the second half, but then things slipped away to a final Willamette victory, which I did not write down.
58-44.
58-44 final margin tonight. Scott has the stats. Scott, it's interesting. Scott Puvas, does he know you then? Is that you?
Yeah, we've met a few times.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but yeah.
Does he know the story of how your mother's cousin's second uncle?
I think so. My mother's cousin is his father. Yes, I think he knows the story, yes.
Ah.
I talked to him after the game last year when these two teams met up in Lebanon. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Scott Landgren, whose namesake was stolen by Scott Puvas, does he pay you for that? I mean, does he have to pay premiums or anything?
I should get royalties, right?
I would think so.
I think so.
Well, how about the stats for tonight?
Unfortunately, I don't get any royalties, but, the stats tonight, not too bad considering, the way it started. It was 19-4, and then it was 30-8, and we thought, oh boy. Well, I thought anyway, here we go again.
Not me, boys.
No,
well, I knew they'd be coming back.
Did you? But I thought you said something about. Okay.
Ixnay and the same day.
We won't go on there then. Willamette out-rebounded the Warriors 42-35. It was pretty much steady the whole game. They were up by about 7 rebounds, which is not surprising. They had a lot of good athletes on the floor, including Cheney Wyatt, who ended up being the leading scorer for Willamette. 17 points for Cheney. Will Fullman had 7. Tyler Johnson had 10. Scott Kulas had 6 points tonight for Willamette. Let's see here. For the Warriors, 12 points for Jacob McConnell, and it's a shame that he had to go out like that. Any injury is a shame, but especially the way he was playing tonight. He was playing inspired basketball. 10 points apiece for C.J. Hargis and Kendall Leopard. Both had very good games. Isaac Johnson came on in the second half. Didn't play too well in the first, but he ends up with 6 points. 2 points for Josh Alley, Ian Smith, as well as Tyler Romeo. Turnovers were a big thing for the Warriors. They ended up with 26 turnovers on the night, but they forced Willamette into 22, mostly in the third quarter when they forced, 9 turnovers. It's really when they amped up their pressure during that comeback. From the free throw line, the Warriors were 14 of 25 and Willamette 19 of 38 at the line. So they left a lot of points on the line. This could have been a lot worse. One thing I will say, not surprised that the Warriors did come back here. I am surprised in one sense because it was 30-8, but in another sense, that's just been the way they've been playing this year. They've been playing much better basketball. Like you said, winning will do that to them. It gives you a little bit of confidence, like, hey, we're never out of a game. But when you dig yourself into that big of a hole, the comeback just gets so much harder. And they got within 8, which is really good. Ended up losing by 14. Not too bad.
Even though they lose tonight, I really think this game is a benefit to them because of the way that they came back from that big margin.
Because in years past, they would have never been able to come back. Once it was 30-8, they would have, it would have gotten worse. We've seen that so many times, throughout the years. But they came back, they made it a game. They didn't end up winning, but it's just so hard. Once you get close, it's hard to get that final push over because you expend so much energy getting there.
It sounds silly to say when they're defeated by 14 at the end that there's a benefit, but I think there is because everything is a growth factor, as Kevin Johnson, the coach, always talks about. The 3 wins in a row, you have to go back to 2006 to find that. And to come back from this kind of a margin is something that the teams have not been able to do before. That's another one of the goals, is to be able to play like that.
Just look at it this way. Had they shown up in the first quarter, in the first period in this game, this could have been a lot closer game. 19-4 after a quarter. It's hard to come back from that.
Just look at it this way. If they had scored 15 more points, they would have won.
Well, that too. But, hey, they won the 2 middle quarters by 15-12 scores. Ended up losing the fourth. But, there's stuff to build on.
58-44, they fall short tonight. Research Mannequins with the sale and research of mannequins from right there in Lebanon. And Research Mannequins, they know their stuff. It's difficult, at least for me tonight, Scott, lost in just a maze of names running up and down the floor, especially the way Willamette moved the ball. Kumas, Woolman, and, back and forth with that's players coming off the bench. It's difficult for me right now in my mind to think of someone who really dominated or stood out for Lebanon. I would say that the comeback really was responsible for a lot of people playing well.
Yeah, and it was a team effort.
I think so. So it often seems like a cop-out to say everybody, and maybe it is. But I think it was a team effort to come back, not really on the shoulders of one person. Jake McConnell with his couple of 3-pointers gave him a big boost.
And that 4-point play at the end of the half really helped, too.
Yeah. So Jake McConnell certainly stood out, but I would also say it's a team matter for the Research Mannequins players of the game.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it before the Christmas break. It's been a nice run here early in the season. Often we don't get to do as many games because the games will be distant, and it just doesn't pay to travel at this time of the year.
Right.
To do games down at Ashland, wherever it may be. But we have those 3 games at home. We had a game over at Springfield, which was doable, a game here at Willamette. So it's been a nice preseason, and it's been nice to watch that growth of the team and to feel good to see what they can do against a mid-Willamette conference that has a truly strong team in West Albany. But Corvallis is down a bit, Crescent Valley is down a bit, and the OSAA right now has the Warriors ranked ahead of Dallas, Lebanon, and Woodburn. So there may be a lot of games that we hope will be competitive in the league season, and that's something else we have not seen for a long time.
Yeah, I think so. And they're 3-3 right now, and they got 3 more games before that league season, that West Salem tournament. That first game against West Salem is going to be tough. They're one of the higher-ranked 6A schools, and they played a couple of, I think, 3 or 4 mid-Willamette teams, and they've beaten every one of them. So that's going to be a tough challenge. But then, in the next 2 days, I think they could definitely get a couple wins. They could see this Willamette team again. They could see Sweet Home, who they've already beaten. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think if you're a Warrior fan, come to that tournament. You're going to see some good basketball.
It'll be a couple of weeks before we return on the broadcast. That often happens this time of year as they go to tournaments over their Christmas vacation. But the next thing up will be the league season, and that's exciting, and it's something that we do look forward to.
The Dallas strike?
Dallas, team that for several years we felt the Warriors could be competitive with.
Yeah.
I'd rather they wait a few games, just build a little bit. Let's see them continue the improvement before they match up with Dallas. But
why not get a win? Be 1-0 in the league, right?
All right, then.
Tied for first. Right there.
Okay, why not wait just a little bit to make sure we get that win and we're playing better?
Well, I see what you're saying, because after that, they got a pretty grueling road schedule at West Albany, at Corvallis, at Crescent Valley, at South Albany.
Oh, 4 in a row on the road.
Yeah.
That's tough. That is a tough way
that's
to start.
That's going to test their mental and physical abilities, really.
But it really means that the first game of the year, as far as getting wins in conference, it's got to be. It's in Lebanon, January the 9th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'll be 2 weeks from, 2 weeks from...
Yesterday.
2 weeks from yesterday. We will see you then for Warrior basketball. Thank you, Chris Adams, back at the station. You do a good job. It's always really makes our end so much better when everything goes well on the board. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate your being here.
Thank you, Ray.
We thank you who like Warrior basketball, and it was an interesting game tonight. Warriors make a good run, particularly in the second half, but they fall by 14. See you on Monday for the morning update at 5:30, and I do, before we depart tonight, I want to put in a little bit of a push here for a program that I put together. I call it a musical Christmas card. It's music, a lot of it that you just don't hear on those 24-hour-a-day Christmas music stations. Really nice stuff, some unusual stuff, and also some stuff. It's just things. For example, I recorded a conversation. Little Freddie Smith has been with me for years on the Christmas card. Still only 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
Been doing this program for over 20 years. It's one of those amazing things. He and his dog, who we got for Christmas, Fleas Navidad.
Oh.
And I recently took little Freddie to see Santa at a department store. Gave him some tips on how to get the best haul from Santa.
Oh.
We have that conversation for you. The results of little Freddie's trip, and they're sending it. They're turning up the list. I'm not done yet with the promo. And some other things that hopefully may put a day before Christmas and Christmas Day smile on your face. Musical Christmas card, 3 o'clock Monday afternoon, day before Christmas. 10 o'clock that evening. It's 4 hours long. The next day starting at 10 in the morning. And then at K-Show, it's on at 10 in the evening on the 24th, 10 in the morning on the 25th. Please tune in if you will. I worked hard at the darn thing, and I think you would enjoy it. I hope so. I hope it would add to your Christmas enjoyment. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Same to you.
You too.
I'll see you in the new year.
Yes.
And Scott Kubis is probably in the dressing room saying, Dad, how come you didn't name me after Michael Jordan, for crying out loud? But that's the way it goes, kid. That's the way it goes tonight. Great run by the Warriors, but they fall short by 14. Final score tonight, Willamette 58, Warriors 44 on KGAL.
Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast of Lebanon High School Sports on 1580 KGAL. Warriors basketball has been brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center, Mama's Fine Italian, City and Suburban Electric, Lassen RV, Doug Phillips of Edward Jones, Power Honda, Ixtapa Mexican Restaurant, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Walmart, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, Les Schwab Tires of Lebanon, Bing's Kitchen, Like New Appliance, Lynn Benton Tractor, and by Wilson Motors. Listen throughout the season for more exciting Warriors basketball action. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, News Talk 1580 KGAL, and Radio Scott Productions. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.
Hear the truth and only the truth from your cultural crusader, Michael Medved, on News Talk 1580 KGAL.